Alright, good evening race fans and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight, Blues Fair Incorporated and the Dirty Old Bastards present round number 1 of the 360 Sprint Cars here live from the Lanier National Speedway. My name is Brett Wheeler. Thank you for joining us here on this Tuesday night. We see the cars at the moment on the racetrack. This is practice. In a couple of minutes' time, you will see the drivers get set for group qualifying here for round number 1 of the new season. New sponsor on board as well with the Dirty Old Bus, so we're going to thank those guys as well as Blue Sphere as well. Go check them out on their social media pages. I want to thank V2R for sharing the page as well, along with a host of other names that have shared it, and thank you all for joining us here. As you're going to see, a little bit of a different format to normally you see some heat racing and stuff like that. The way this league will work is practice will go for around 15 minutes, which has come out to nearing the 15-minute mark, and you'll see drivers come out in group qualifying. So they'll send anywhere from 3 to 5 drivers out at a time. They'll each have 2 laps to set their fastest lap time. If there's more than 24 cars, the top 20 will make it straight into the main event. However, if there's more than 24 cars, so 25 or more cars, 20 will go into the main event. They will also run a B main and a C main if needed, just depending on what the car count is. If there's 24 drivers or less, each driver will make it straight into the main event. The caution laps will not count. So you'll see towards the top left hand of your screen, you'll see lap 1 of 2,147,483,648 to go, which, well, if they can do that many laps, there's first of all, there's going to be something wrong with them. But what they do is they manually count the cautions. So each time a caution should come out, they will add 3 laps. So tonight is 35 laps. If one caution comes out, well, the white flag will be on lap number 38, and so on. They add 3 laps per caution. So these guys have been doing it for quite some time. I think this is their second full season. Actually, I think this is venturing into the second year, so they've had quite a number of seasons to go through. Obviously, year 1, season 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, 2018 brings a new season and a new challenge as well. So we're seeing a couple of familiar faces back here on Ultimate Dirt TV, some regulars as well. You obviously see the Dirt Track and DTV, the Dirt Track and Bastards team. That'll consist of Alan Summel, Chris Roberts, Tyler Hempselman. We're seeing Stephen Hill come back. We're seeing Tom and Jimmy Prakash as well. We got the Lepresto brothers, Jason Nygaard, a regular here. A couple of UWU Motorsports drivers. I did mention the Lepresto boys. We've also got Brad Spinal as well. Craig Dunn, another regular here. So it's nice to see the regulars back. So the 360s run tonight. Thursday night will be the 410 One of Outlaws Craftsman Sprint Car Series. And same thing, it's going to be live from Ultimate Dirt TV. I'm bringing all the coverage throughout the series. So it's just waiting on. Have a look. They're probably going to advance the session here in just a couple of moments, and then we'll get set into group qualifying. So if you haven't already done so, feel free to hit that like and follow button for Ultimate Dirt TV on Facebook, as well as the Dirty Old Bastards. Check them out, and also Blue Sphere Inc. as well. So support our supporters here that help make everything possible. Well, now we get set for group qualifying. And wait for the cars to come on the racetrack. And you'll see the fastest qualifiers. Well, nice job, Alan Samoa. He's going to have to get a quick repair. Thankfully, he hadn't come out of pit road just yet. We're seeing 3 cars at the moment. And one of the regulars from last season in that mobile entry. This time he's running the 06. This will be Kyle Scott. In car number 73 in the DOB DTB Ultimate Dirt TV, it's going to be Alan Samuel. In the Wolfpack 01 machine, it's going to be Casey Graves. And in the UW Motorsports Ultimate Dirt TV Presto Racing machine, it's going to be, I believe that is Anthony Lopresto in the 57, it is. So have a look at times coming through right now. Kyle Scott, quick time, 12:987. Alan Smell, 13:031. Casey Grace, quick time with a 13:946. Anthony Lopresto, second quick with a 13:967. Kyle Scott fails to improve. Alan Samel doesn't improve. In fact, all drivers failed to improve on their second lap. But at the moment, quick time is set by the 01 of Casey Graves with a 12:946. Couple of more cars to roll out of pit road. We see the number 93 in the Dirt Track and Bastards, Dirty Old Bastards, Ultimate Dirt TV, Blue Sphere Inc. Number 93, Chris Roberts. Teammate to Chris Roberts in car number 20, it's going to be John Lowe. Also at the racetrack in the UW Motorsports Ultimate Dirt TV entry, it's going to be Brad Speidel. And in the 057, in that done right, it's going to be Craig Dunn. So Chris Roberts, the first of these 4 drivers to put down a lap time here at Lanier. Waiting for the time to come through. 13:069. John Lowe with a 12:978. Brad Spider with a 13:080. And Craig Dunn with a 13:112. Chris Roberts, can he improve on that 13:069? No. John Lowe, 12:978. Brad Spider with a 13:080. And Craig Dunn in the 057 with a 13:087. So at the moment, Casey Gray is still tonight's clip time award at the moment with a 12.946. So now we bring up who is on board at the moment. You see the number 21, the Dirt Track and Bastards Ultimate Dirt TV of Tyler Henselman. In the Razorback, car number 97, it is Matthew Henninger. In the 005, in the Steel Cycles, number 005, Brandon Steele. And in the 22, it's Dylan Workman. Tyler Henselman waiting for a time to come through. 9th quick with a 13:180. Matthew Henninger 13:150. Brandon Steele with a 13:111. And Dylan Workman, position number 5 with a 12:998. The fastest driver in this group, Dylan Workman, second quick with a 12:959. In the WLM. Number 22, Dylan Workman to position number 2. Matthew Henninger went 11th quick. I was having a look at trying to find some of the other drivers that were out in that one. Brandon Steele, 10th quick as well. In the Quaker State, the famous Quaker State paint scheme of Steve Kinzer. But the number 29 is going to be occupied by Taylor Howe. In the Westpac, and the Cat Diesel powered, it's Western New in the 22. And the teamVLR.com. Down under graphics, number 50, it's Ian Blanchard. And in car number 49, it is Kyle Smith. Taylor Howell, first car to take a time in group. It is 6th quick with a 13.028. Western Yule's 7th quick with a 13.028 as well. Ian Blanchard, 6th quick with a 13.025. Kyle Smith, 16th quick. Can anyone knock off Casey Graves at the moment? Taylor Howell, 7th quick. Ian Blanchard, 6. Red Western Yule in position number 8. So Casey Graves still sitting in position number 1 at the moment. So that rolls a few more cars on the racetrack. In car number 9, it's going to be Drew Neal in the Ultimate TV UW Motorsports. Number 12, it's going to be Michael Sheridan in the NOS Energy Drink. Car number 27, Logan Christensen. And out in the next gen fab, car number 67, it is Mark Pinsky. Michael Sheridan, first time, or first driver to take a time here in the next group of cars. Michael Sheridan will time in position number 10 with a 13.056. Drew Neal, 12th quick. Logan Christensen, 19th quick. Mark Pinsky goes to position 10, make that position number 11. As we have Michael Sheridan jump to position number 7 with a 13.015. And how about this? Drew Neal sets the top of the charts alight with a quick time of 12.939. So just trying to work out on the ticker how many cars have actually taken a time. It looks like 20 cars have taken a time. 24. We have 27 drivers locked into the pits here tonight. Out rolls the 127 machine of Stephen Hill. In car number 53, it's Tom Prakash. In car number 10 in the Caneric Racing, Caneric Healthcare, Corey Cosboth. And in the 310, it's Anthony Morano. So we'll keep an eye on the 127 of Stephen Hill. A feature winner here for the Dirty Old Bastards 410 Sprint Car Series last season, I believe. And hello, John Lilly. Welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV, along with everybody else that is tuning in from around the globe. First lap time off of turn number 4 for Stephen Hill. Time's quick time! 12.918! Oh my, here we go! Stephen Hill goes straight to position number 1. Can he improve on the 12.918? No. Whoa, look at that, would you believe? The second last group of qualifying. And he goes straight to position number 1. How good is the racetrack? Now I apologise to the other drivers in that one because unfortunately we didn't get to see any of that one. Anthony Morano timed in 19th quick. Tom Prakash 24th quick. Corey Cosboth in 22nd. And I believe that was it. In the UWU Motorsports, Lepresto Racing. Car number 157, it's going to be John Lepresto. In car number 28, it's going to be Jason Nygaard. So it looks like just 2 cars in this group. First lap time for John Lepresto. 7th quick with a 12.984. 8th quick, make that. Jason Nygaard, quick time with a 12.894. Whoa. Look at the 28 go on a roll on the top side. Putting it to position number 1. And let me tell you, He would be pumped about that because that late in qualifying right now, and he goes to position number 1. Wow, we are set for an absolute gem and dandy of a race. So, wait for the ticker to update itself. We had 24, 25, 26 cars. Luke Yanez and Keith Pearce, I believe that is, in the 65. Not taking a time. So we're 20, did I say 27? 26 starters. 26. Let's wait for the ticker to go through. Might have been a bit more. 28 starters. So now what we are going to do, because there was more than 25 drivers, or 25 or more drivers, these drivers will run a B main. So we'll get that off there, and we're going to have a look at some of the drivers out on the racetrack right now. But how about Jason Nygaard? We might get a chat with Jason Nygaard shortly, if time will permit. So, from position number 21 in qualifying, they will start position 1 in tonight's B main. And we're going to see who that will be. It will be Anthony Morano in the 310. Tyler Henselman will start out of position at number 2. And car number 27. You're going to see Logan Christensen start out of position number 3. Out of position 4, the number 10 of Corey Cosboth. In car number 49, Kyle Smith starts out of position number 5 to his outside, Tom Prakash. In car number 53, so 6 cars in tonight's B main. The top 4 will advance. As the drivers roll down the back straightaway for the first time. The first B main of the series. We get set to go underway. Morano and Henselman waiting for the green flag to go, and we are racing here at Lanier. B main top 4 will go through. Cosboth has gone straight to the top side, looking to get around the outside of Christensen. Here comes Henselman to the inside of Morano for turn number 3 and 4, side by side. Henselman will lead into turn number 1 and 2, but it's a great drag race coming up for turn number 2. 2 by 2 at the moment right now. Cosboth on the outside. Goes through the middle in turn number 1 and 2. Henselman rides the low side of the racetrack, as does Christensen. So your top 4 right now. Here comes the 49, Kyle Smith, that is. 1 spot out of a transfer. Corey Cosboth and Logan Christensen made contact. They went down the back straight away. Cosboth on the outside. Christensen through the middle. Tyler Henselman, your race leader. 3 wide off turn number 2. The battle is on right now. Henselman hanging on to a lead. But look at Morano in the 310, working to the outside. Christensen in the Nice Energy Drink, black and orange, number 27. Cosboth in the Canaric, the blue, white and black machine. Excuse me. Coming to the start-finish line, they were 3 wide. Henselman leads Christensen right now. Christensen on the outside. That's where the fast timer went. Jason Nygaard, he used that top side of the racetrack. He was 3/10 off the pace in qualifying. Now into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Logan Christensen. Henselman still riding in that second spot, and the checkers are out. Unfortunately, we didn't have a lap counter because it is run in qualifying. But it'll be the 4 drivers to go through: Christensen, Henselman, Morano, and Cosboth. It should be your top 4 drivers that will make it into tonight's main event. And we will have your starting grid here in just a moment. Yeah, I was going to pop up there. So that concludes the B main and qualifying. We get set for the main event here in just a moment. We're just going to wait for the officials to make sure everything is A-OK, and make sure there was no incidences inside of the B main where they may have had to penalise someone. So as soon as the checkered flag comes over, we'll get set into tonight's starting grid. So, we wait for a couple of cars to get on the racetrack. And here it is, the first time previewing the new starting grid. Alright, starting grid up on screen right now via your qualifying results. Starting on the pole, in car number 28, we'll see Jason Nygaard. Lining up alongside him in the 127, it's going to be Stephen Hill. Row number 2 on the inside, the number 9 of Drew Neal will line up alongside the 01 of KC Graves. You go back to the 22 of Dylan Workman lining up alongside Anthony Lopresto. Row number 4 on the inside, car number 20 of John Lowe to his outside, the 157 of John Lopresto. Row 5 on the inside in the 06, it's going to be Kyle Scott lining up alongside Michael Sheridan. And car number 50 of Ian Blanchard will start inside row number 6 to his outside, Taylor Howe. Row number 7, the 222 of Western Newell will line up alongside Alan Samel. You go back to the row behind them in the inside, out of position number 15. Inside row 8, the 67 of Mark Pinsky to his outside, the 93 of Chris Roberts. Row number 9 on the inside, it's going to be Brad Spidel in that number 5 machine. Craig Dunn in the 057 lines up out of position at number 18. At a position 19, it's going to be the 005 of Brandon Steele lining up alongside Matthew Henninger. And you got the 27 of Logan Christensen. He will start position 21, Tyler Henselman as well. So Jason Nygaard and Stephen Hill lead us into turn number 3, and off at turn number 4 when the green gets thrown. We are racing here at Lanier for the season opener. We are green into turn number 1 and 2. Already 3 wide coming on to turn number 2. We'll get a car lagging and blinking like crazy. I think it's the 157 of John Lopresto. Anthony Lopresto in the 57 you're watching on screen. Drew Neal rides in that 3rd spot on the racetrack. Here comes Casey Graves to the outside of Drew Neal. A great shot on screen right now. Stephen Hill leads in the turn number 1 and 2. Lopresto in the 57, and the first yellow is out of the night. as Ian Blanchard will lead the opening 3 laps in tonight's main event. So with the caution laps not counting, it gives us a chance to complete all 35 laps under the green flag. So we see our first caution of the series and our first caution of the night. Unfortunately, we have no replays. But as the field will line up single file, the restarts will work single file. You cannot go until the green flag has been displayed. As soon as the green flag goes, you're allowed to get on the gas and pass only on the outside. You pass on the inside, you will get black flag before the start-finish line. So the lights are out on the pace track. We go to lap number 38 for tonight's feature event. We are back underway here at Lanier, race number 1 of the Blue Sphere Inc. 360 Sprint Car Series. Top 3 run the top side of the racetrack right now. Oh, Drew Neal got involved with the 22. I'll tell you the big winner out of that one is that 12 of Michael Sheridan. He went right around the outside along with John Lowe in the 20. Battle on for the minor placings right now. Jason Nygaard hangs on to second in that 28 machine. Gray's looking to the inside in turns 1 and 2. Can't make the pass. He's alongside him down the back straightaway. Slide job incoming. No, Gray's keeps it pinned through the middle of the racetrack. What a great shot that was. Looking at all the cars. Gray's with a slider. Nygaard back around the outside. Here comes Anthony Lopresto looking for third on the top side. Gray's a little bit out of shape, and here comes the 12 of Michael Sheridan on the outside. Oh, Lopresto catches the wall down the back straightaway. Damn, Gray's done well to not run over the back of Lopresto as he made contact with the wall. Gray's with a slide on Lopresto around the outside. A great battle going on for third. 26 to run here in tonight's main event, round number 1. This is race number 1. We got a second race coming up after this one. We'll explain that when we got a break or our next caution. Lopresto riding in that third spot. Man, this is a great battle going on for about 6th and 7th right now. Lowe and the 73 of Alan Samel. They got Scott behind them, the 22. And they got Weston Newell in the 222. Dylan Workman in that 22 machine. Side by side, 2 by 2 by 2 at the moment. Weston Newell, big slick. He's got nowhere to go. Right on the top side, opens up just a little bit there, but Kyle Scott, he was there to shut the door off of turn number 4. Oh, Weston Newell tagged the back of Kyle Scott, but he got out of the gas, and both drivers kept it going. Battle about to be on for positions 2 and 3. Lopresto and Nygaard. Off turn number 2, we'll go back towards the mid-pack in a minute. Lopresto with a slide job on Nygaard. Nygaard crosses back underneath, but it's Lopresto taking over position number 2. Nygaard looks to come back on the inside, but Lopresto has the momentum coming off of turn number 2. He takes over second spot right now. Oh, the yellow is out, Kyle Scott just got underneath Alan Samel, but that's not the reason for the caution. Man, talk about catching a breath right now. Brandon Steele, Brad Speidel, their nights are done for. Oh, John Lowe in the 20. You see there's some damage on the front end of that race car. Oh, the 67 of Mark Pinsky going infield as well. Heartbreak for those two drivers, as the drivers will wait around for the pace car. So, I did say this is race number 1 of 2. They run two races per night. And what happens is I can't tell you the time. In fact, in about 20 minutes time, the next server will launch for race number 2. So what we're going to do, we'll shut the stream down after we get interviews, hopefully with our top 3. We'll shut the stream down. We're then going to start up a new stream for race number 2, just to keep the races separately, and then we upload them to YouTube. It's a lot easier to do it that way, rather than having a big break in between. We go back to green flag racing here. Stephen Hill will lead Anthony Lopresto and Jason Nygaard rounding out your top 3. Sheridan on the top side of the racetrack. Gray's back there in 5th. He's having pressure here from Alan Savell. In car number 73 on the outside, Kyle Scott and Western New. A great battle going on for the drivers inside of the top 10. You're watching Michael Sheridan and Jason Nygaard, nose to tail. Here comes Grace back to the inside. We're trying to keep an eye on Lopresto as well in 2nd. Seeing if he can't make a move for your race lead. We've got about 17 laps left to run here in tonight's feature, so we're about halfway home at this stage. It is Stephen Hill, your race leader, Anthony Lopresto and Jason Nygaard. What a solid job in position number 3. Battle between Scott, Samuel and Weston Newell. And now throw in Graves as well. A nice little 4-car battle. That's to round out the top 5 position. Well, 3 wide in the turn number 3 and 4. Weston Newell, he's got nowhere to go. He's trying to make a line work right now, still 3 wide. Wouldn't be surprised if they're about to go 4 wide at some point. Kyle Scott just falling off a bit right now. Weston Newell trying to come through the middle on the inside of Simone, on the outside of Grace. Tyler Henselman from the B-Main staking a claim as well for a top 10 and potentially a top 5. Oh, we got a new leader, do we? No, it's still Stephen Hill, and here it is. Slide job, in fact, yes we do. Oh, Lopresto had the lead as the yellow flag comes out, and world white flag like 44. Lopresto as, oh no, heartbreak for the 28 of Jason Nygaard. Unbelievable. He had run so well for the first half of this race. He would be absolutely devastated right now. And that's going to give Michael Sheridan position number 3. So as I said, after race number 1 concludes, we'll have the interviews, hopefully with a couple of our drivers, or all drivers inside the top 3. If not, we shut the stream down, and then at about 5 past the next hour, we will go live again for race number 2. This time, it's going to be under the lights at Lanier. So feel free to, in between the breaks, get up, grab yourself a drink, grab a snack, give the page a follow, and come back for race number 2. We're getting set to go back to green flag. 3rd caution complete of the night, so it'll be lap number 44. So Anthony Lopresto will lead. Now the battle is going to be on Stephen Hill. Sheridan, here comes Grace back to the inside for position number 3. Sheridan and Grace. Meanwhile, behind him you've got Scott, Weston Newell and Alan Samel. Tyler Henselman as well, trying to fight it out for positions 5 through to 8. So your top 3 at the moment: Anthony Lopresto, Stephen Hill, Michael Sheridan, and Casey Grays in that 01. Here comes Kyle Scott, a late charge in this race. 9 to go, I think. Can Grays, can he punch his ticket into a podium? Kyle Scott pressuring the 1 machine, the 01 I should say, for the top 5. Weston Newell, here comes a slider from Kyle Scott on Grays. Grays back to the inside for turn number 4. Grays now going to put a slider on Kyle Scott. Here comes Weston Newell looking at the inside. Oh, yellow is out. I'm not sure the reason for that caution. We may have missed it. And how about this battle for not only for 4th, 5th, all the way through to about your top 10. In fact, let's have a look at our top 10. On the left-hand side of your screen, Anthony Lepresto leads Stephen Hill, Michael Sheeran, Casey Graves, Carl Scott. Rounding out your top 5, Weston Newell, Alan Samel, Drew Neal, Tyler Henselman and Dylan Workman. So, nice drive from Tyler Henselman up to position number 9. Weston Newell from 13th up to 6th. Tyler Henselman started in position number 21 or 22. And he has made his way up in to the top 10. So the lights are out on the pace truck. So we're just trying to find out how many laps to go.
Green's out. Green flag. Green flag.
We are back underway here at Lanier. Lepresto will still lead Hill. Here comes Graves and Sherman and Kyle Scott. Oh, Weston, you're upside down. Weston, you're upside down in a big way. Caught the opening coming off of turn number 4. And the 222 finds himself back on pit road. But at the moment, with a couple of late cautions, this is certainly helping Anthony Lepresto.
On the outside.
So we'll have to have a listen into race control on how many laps left to run. I mean, what an opening race to the series, and if this is what's to come all season long over the next 12 weeks, let me tell you, I'm certainly going to be almost getting up and standing up out of the wheelchair in excitement. So the lights are still on the pace truck. We're listening to race control.
Foul, white flag, lap 50. Where to go?
White flag, lap 50.
3 to go, sorry.
3 laps left to run. There you go. There you have it. Live from race control. 12 times around the Lanier National Speedway, waiting for the green to come out, and we're back underway. We'll keep an eye on the battle for the race lead and also the podium right now. Graves on the inside of Hill, 3 wide in turn 1 and 2. Oh well, Sheridan give him a big don't argue as he came out of turn number 2, and I think the cushion is starting to build. But with another yellow right now, oh, we got the 67 of Mark Pinsky upside down. He gets it off the racetrack, thankfully. And he's certainly got Next Gen Fab on board as a sponsor on that machine. And obviously they are putting up the prizes for all series for the Dirty Old Bastards. Masters of Dirt, 360 and 410 Sprint Car. I believe they got Rallycross as well. So big shout out to those guys for coming aboard as a series sponsor for the Dirty Old Bastards. Along with Blue Spheres Inc. as well. We couldn't do it without those guys. As we've still got 3 to run.
3.
So down the back straight away. Hopefully for the final time. Hopefully for the final time here in race number 1 of the season opener, Anthony Lepresto gets on the gas and we are back underway. And a little bit of a slow start there from Lepresto as the field is going to back up, and cars were sort of 3 wide. Alan Samel involved in that one. It's going to end his night. In fact, he picked up the season championship in the midgets last season. So I believe we're still on 3 laps left to run as we have not completed a lap, but over the past couple of restarts we've had cautions come out fairly quickly inside of a lap. So I know race control would not be happy with that, telling the drivers just to settle down. Yes, there's 3 laps to go, but you know, it's going to be a long season, that's for sure. And, well, as I was saying in Speedway, to finish first you must finish. Along with a bunch of other sayings, of course. Shout out to James Thompson as well, watching. A Sydney Sprint Car driver. Track going for the Ultimate Sprint Car Track Championship. Now, 2-lap shootout. Yes, Mark, it is going to be a long and grueling season, that's for sure. 2 laps left to run here. So race control giving us a green-white checker. Anthony Lopresto waits for the green. We are back underway. 8 more turns around Lanier. Sheridan to the inside of Stephen Hill for second right now. Into 3 and 4. It's going to be the white flag is out right now. Lopresto, he's got 4 more turns to go. Can he hang on? Oh, Stephen Hill, he jumps the cushion, rides the wall. Down the back straight away, he spins in front of the field. They're going to race it to the line. It's going to be Anthony Lopresto picking up the win. Stephen Hill grabs second. Third will go to Casey Grays. Hopefully these drivers don't go past the start-finish line. Drew Neal, Kyle Scott, Logan Christensen, Ian Blanchard, Tyler Henselman, Chris Roberts, Matthew Henninger rounding out our top 10. So we try and get a word with our top 3. Alright, so we got 3rd place. And we are going to bring him up here and have a chat with the 01. Coming home in 3rd place tonight was Casey Grays. Grays, congratulations on the 3rd place. It's certainly tough work out there.
Yeah, it's tough when you got 2 teammates playing games out there. Getting roughed up by both of them, but I'll take it.
Hey, you had a fast car from the start of the night, and then obviously, you know, you had a couple of guys come out late in qualifying that sort of laid down a lap time. What was what was going through your mind, and what was the plan going into tonight's main event?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't have a setup. I ran one that I had from Lima Land that I got from Cooper. That actually worked pretty well. It just kind of sent it.
There was a couple of times where you sort of got towards the front of the field, but at the end of the day, that bottom side just went away from you.
Yeah, I don't think those guys probably burned a little bit more fuel running the top over the race, and I think that kind of played into it. I just didn't have the speed that they did at the end.
Oh man, it's only race 1 of a 24 race series, over the next 12 weeks. So you still got a lot of time to work on some stuff, but a podium to start off the series is always good.
Oh yeah, I'm not trying to win these races, just trying to be consistent, finish in the top 5. I won 2 championships doing that already. I'll try and win a 3rd, maybe a 4th in the 4 times too.
All right, man. Well, look, well done on 3rd place, and no doubt you got any shout-outs you want to give?
Yeah, I want to thank Cooper for that setup, and Alec Kane and Brownie, my 2 teammates. That's about it, and I got to thank you guys for doing the broadcast about the league on.
No, man. Well, we'll see you in race number 2. This time it'll be under the lights around Lanier.
Oh yeah, thank you, bro.
There you have it. Casey Graves coming home in 3rd place. 2nd was Michael Sheridan. We do not have him in for an interview, nor do we have Anthony Lopresto, but that will do it here for race number 1 of the series as we look to wrap up the night, as we're going to come back in about 10 minutes time. In fact, we'll go live once again on the Ultimate Dirt TV Facebook page for race number 2. As I said, it'll be under the lights around Lanier for race number 2. Round number 1, 2 races a night. So feel free to hit the like button and follow us on Facebook. And come back for race number 2. It is set to be a beauty of a night.